Welcome back to Seasons, a devotional that's based on my book by the same name. And we are just plugging through the book. And today we're going to talk about cultivating. Now, it's not talking about urban gardening, but it's cultivating kindness. But I do know something about gardening, not from firsthand experience, but from my friends who do garden. And they all emphasize the importance of cultivating the soil that you want something to grow in, and to make sure that soil has the particular nutrients needed to ensure that crop that you want to cultivate is actually going to have a good harvest. And at the same time, you're doing your very best to keep away the parasitical weeds that would try to invade that nutrient-rich soil. So when it comes to kindness, kindness is something that we can cultivate in our environment by, number one, demonstrating it to others, by being kind ourselves, being polite, being gracious when everything inside of us just wants to tell someone off. That's where we can demonstrate to the world around us that kindness is a possibility. A lot of people say kindness doesn't cost you anything. It does. It costs you having to look at your own selfish tendencies, your short-temperedness, your me-only attitude that the world surrounds you. Yeah, kindness does cost you something. Kindness is a skill that is best learned through reinforcement, especially when you're dealing with children. If you are a parent or if you ever worked with children, you know the repetition that you have to do again and again to help them to be kind, to share their toys, to get a grip on their anger when they're waiting in line to play with a toy, that kind of thing. But unless that reinforcement is backed up with your own behavior of being kind and polite and patient with that child, then any reinforcement that you do won't be as effective. Recipients of kindness, no matter how small that act of kindness might be, will see more people be kind if they respond with grateful and genuine hearts to those acts of kindness. If we desire to live in an atmosphere of kindness, then we must nurture this quality in our own lives. I know it's not possible to acknowledge every little gesture of kindness, but we can respond to many of them with more than just a mumbled thank you under our breath, or without responding at all, just taking other people's kindness for granted. And that's called entitlement. A positive reinforcement goes a lot further than an angry response. I hear people say all the time they long for a kinder, gentler world in which to live. I wonder how much kinder this world around us would be if we resolved to be alert to daily kindnesses we already experience. And I have a couple of challenges for you. The first one is be kind to yourself. I find people often misinterpret acts of kindness towards them if they are not kind to themselves. I am an encourager at heart, so I am often giving encouraging words to my friends. But if they've got a low self-esteem, and if they're constantly using their inner voice to tell themselves just how much they mess up in life, then they're going to hear any words, no matter how honest those words are, as patronizing, or just trying to make them feel a little bit better. Try to go a day with not allowing your inner voice to beat yourself up. And here's a second challenge in that area. When somebody compliments you, and you know that compliment is based on truth. Come on, you know when somebody says that you did a good job and you know that you did. Apply to your lips Holy Ghost duct tape so you cannot respond to them in a way that beats yourself up. And on another note, keep your eyes open for those small, random acts of kindness that unless you live by yourself and never see anybody for a whole day, I can guarantee you that there's been small little tidbits of kindness that have come along your way. Could be as simple as somebody opening a door, somebody smiling at you at the mailbox if you live in an apartment block. It can be a boss thanking you for something that you did. It could be somebody nudging you to say, hey, there's a treat in the lunchroom. If you want to grab it, you better go get one now. There's so many different ways that little acts of kindness go along our way, but if we don't intentionally focus on them and respond to those acts of kindness through our words and through a genuine, gracious heart, then we're just going to continue to see that world around us become darker and darker, because that's what we're focusing on.